I'm here on the deck of Vroom. This boat right here, I know some people were asking back in the day. This boat's got legendary sails, mythical gun ports. This is our mythical galley. This is the boat that go out and fight out mythical battles, not mythical battles, but epic battles. You know, large fleet formations are made of mythical galleys, mythical brigs. Well, you know what? This is a mythical galley that I'm sitting on. I'm sitting on the deck of a mythical galley. The name of this mythical galley is Vroom. It can go fast. Jumping over. You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping over. Switching this up. Yeah. We got crew just standing around, right? This boat right here, whole Valhalla. The other members of our group owns this boat. Jump on his boat for a minute. Let's take a look at this boat. Oh! Mythical wood ship deck. Masterwork. Legendary. 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 Some things you can get away with. Other things you can't. What's up with this swabby here? Sweep that deck. Sweep that deck. Get it clean. So yeah, fellas. Just giving you kind of like a run around town here. Dracaris, another boat. Masterwork, some common planks. Dracaris, the same of Dragonfire. For those of you who follow what's that one, Game of Thrones. So, you know, we've got a mix. We've got a mix of people who play. A mix of folks that sometimes they come in and play as couples. So, old Valhalla there and Dracaris belongs to the same two players, a husband and wife group. You know, this is pretty, you want to say pretty RP of some people. Disney, look at this. Has sails unfurl. Says Minnie and Mickey, Donald Duck. Well, get it the way you like it, fellas. That's what it is now. Let's close these sails. So, Disney Cruiser, man. I like the Disney cruise ship that everyone's so happy to jump onto. This one will sink you. As I go down the line, of course, these are boats that we go out and battle with. King Arthur, for those in Camelot. Now, here I'm about to show you some real badass boats. These boats right here. This badass boat right here. Right here. This one. Mythical wood door. Legendary wood planks. Legendary. Mythical. This is a ship killer, buddies. It's painted up. It's got one or two planks that have been missing. War torn. You know what? This boat has seen and sunk other mythical boats. mythical schooners. Some of these streamers, we talk about stream sniping. Some of these guys, some of them are pretty popular and they get their asses sunk. And they think, hey, they'll come in and fuck with some people. Well, not that I wouldn't get myself stream sniped. When you guys watch this, right? Brothers, this is my boat, Defiance. Now, I even thought about it for a moment a while back. Why not name a boat Whiskey Stormcore? Well, I had a galleon at the very beginning of the season. Whiskey double barrel, whiskey shot. Always had WSC in it. When I talk about stream sniping, at some point you pretty much put a boat target on your head, streaming, playing. We all know that, right? Some of the teams I was transporting. My boat is a ship killer as well. Not as big as a boat killer as Firestorm over here. I've gotten into a couple on running supply runs. When I've got a short, small supply to run, this is what it is. Now, you just can't be running out there and getting yourself sunk, right? You don't want that to happen, especially when you're doing it for yourself. You gotta have a good boat. Check this out. People ask me, so what am I running today? What was I running today? Oh, look at that. Moneymaker. Shake it, shake it. 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. Starting 20,000 gold from, where was this? Oh, these are, you all know the Atlas map. It's a long way to be sailing, isn't it? N4. Especially when you've got, enemies in your way, enemy territory. Might be in peace phase, But the route I gotta travel from one location to another. Here's my biggest issue right here. These guys. Death and taxes. Yeah, we're about to fuck these guys up. So we get our PvP on. These guys decided they want to come in and hit us while we was away, kind of like offline it. Not a problem. So I had to sail some of these waters on a daily basis. Just can't be willy-nilly about it though. Especially with these guys up here. These guys up here. DGRHDT. At the beginning of the season, these guys were allies. But as with any group, someone's got to be, there's a rotten apple in the bunch, make the rest. One rotten apple pretty much kind of killed our alliance. Killed the game in a sense for some people. It wasn't about hacking. It was about reporting hackers, but being such big crybabies about it. Pretty much hurt those around them. Again, I'm not one for hacking. I know how our ARMA 3 community acts. Professional, utmost, no cheating. Use your skills, use your brain, use your resources. But above most all, do it, do it, do it, do it right. Anyways, new boat, the Red Baron, Excalibur. Older boat. Got some time in it. Now, some of these ain't mine. I just showed you the Defiance. I just acquired it. You know, players leaving, players not coming back. Hades, another boat from another yard. We got it here. King Ragnar, Jargonaut, Polaris, Soulkeeper. Most of these boats, some of these boats, as you can sit there and see, panels missing. Do battle. Right now, we've been in peace phase for about an hour now, since it started. But, yeah, man, just letting you guys know. We're holding it down. Now, I decided last week I wanted to put a boat in the water and, well, I got it sunk. And I was telling you about this group called Death Taxis that came over and they sunk it in this little harbor over here. A little bitty ship, man. But they knew that it was a notch in their belt and kind of a knockdown to us, even though if it was just a common boat. Sinking common boats. My next project there, Chum Bucket. Built it for someone. They never came back. Sucks. Boat with no captain. But I'll work on it. Oh yeah, so this is the B-12 island. Since the beginning of season 2, we've been out here about week 6. And at that time, we weren't Whiskey Stormcore. I have to admit, you know, after season 1's, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. People getting into their feelings about authority and leadership and absence because the game and the way it operated. You know, you can't fight someone when you're offline. But understand that this game right here is 24/7. Doesn't stop. There is no sleep in this game. I mean, there is. If you want to take the time off, come back and maybe 10 minutes later your boat's been sunk because someone came in grid right when you decided you were going to park it someplace ridiculous. So, this is the back end of our island. Point that out real quick. So, I'm on the back end of the island right here. This is the original island. So, eventually coming to it after the fall of season 2 with our Star Citizen fellas, you know, for one reason or another, failure to adapt, failure to overcome, just simply not thinking, not being on the right page with each other. And I sit there and say, some of you guys already know I'm former military, and I just know that I was never in the position of leadership, never in the leadership role, but in the true essence of leadership, though, when you're the backbone, and you're a non-commissioned officer, NCO, you know, shit rolls downhill, right? You're in it. So you got people underneath you. You gotta know how to organize, how to put things together. That's what it is, fellas. You know, you gotta muddle through it. Feelings aside, you know, once you finally get a goal in mind, you gotta achieve it. Speaking for myself, my goal is that I felt that I'd never gotten my money's worth in this game. Honestly, I just thought of it as a term of service. What I mean by term of service is like, man, you know, it's about money. No one wants to pay $25 for a game and seeing how unproductive the game is, how unfinished the game is. But you muddle through it. You get to it, get through it, get it done. This is a success, brothers. Right here, this is like a business model. You know, the first 90 days are always the toughest. You know, sit there and say stuff happened. So right now, the island's in peace phase. Has been for about an hour. And you got a 15-hour peace phase, a 9-hour combat window. Since Season 1, they changed it around for those who've been around Season 1. You can set your timers. Oh, by the way, so I passed one of these towers. Those are towers. Yep. Those are tulip towers. Scene 1. One of our members thought it was a good idea. Put it together. Following day, had a mythical schooner and tried to run in. Wasn't this tower. It was the one across the ways as it comes into render range. These towers, mortars on top, swivels to take care of the crew on top in case anyone decides that they want to climb up top. Now that right there is a little taller than the one that's over on the other side. So this is island defenses. You know, puckle guys. They're not necessarily open to the environment, but the state of mind is that a lot of people like to investigate what the structures are about. So when these guys decide they want to stick their noses in and around this area, bang! So yeah, things can get pretty hairy around here. Out of the way. So as I've gone from the center of the island down south, around to the west, I'm in the North Harbor right now, northwest. This is where many of boats have sank, both friendly and, you know, on our end. Season 2, with our Star Citizen comrades, SIA, or SAI, SPQV, as we change the names around. We parked on this side, half of the island. We owned half this island. Now this side is just our farming. You know, we need the hide constantly for the sails and cannons. You know, cannons need hide to repair. So as I'm telling you, you know, you got to make repairs on cannons just because you're using them. They're not just sitting idle around. So everyone would think, anyone who's in there for right frame of mind, thinking an open bay like that, man, that's open invite to just having people come in and what we call harbor dive your harbor. Basically take a boat like a mythical galleon, maybe a second one, and have it follow a common galleon, just come in, have that, you know, the galleon's just gonna, you know, to soak up the damage, right? Something kind of like a shield. Well, that's what this wall is. This is the breaker. This is the harbor dive breaker. This is a wall of death in the water. Large cannons up top. Medium cannons. For those that feel like swimming in the water, getting close to climb up on our wall. Puckles. I gotta see about filling those puckles again because advantages, disadvantages, water level. You know, you want to kill these guys as they try to get up on before they come up on your wall. Oh, these guys need to be manned. Oh, what do I got? I can hear it. Don't see it, but I can hear it. So, guys, calling Fortress of Solitude wall. Now we've got the opening there, one of two, because we got a main. We just can't bottleneck ourselves to just one opening. If someone does decide that they've survived my my rakes, my sea rakes, early on in the game, someone decided, well, let's put some walls out way out there. So they did. Thing is a boat with a good cannon broadside those large stone walls, and they're gone after 3 volleys. This is the remnants of, I don't know, not thinking properly, not really thinking what the big picture is. So I've swum across the open end. Pretty treacherous, right? That wall. But I did talk about a sea breaker. Did talk about a tulip tower. Now, we got allies still. These guys are called the hobos from hell. I've asked them to kind of join us. Yeah, as I give you guys the grand tour. Stone walls. So this island used to be encapsulated with nothing but large stone walls. But again, as I mentioned, hey, a volley from good cannons from a good ship will take down your stone walls. So here it is, it's a tour of my island, The island that is fondly known, the Red Hand. This island's the Red Hand. Belonged to its original core group members from season 1. For those who wanted to add, if there's any questions as far as about that. Band of the Red Hand. The cartel. Remember that, guys? For those of you who actually played season 1. So this tulip tower saw some battle. You can see some darkened there it is, some darkened foundation pillars, but they got a knock. They gave this like 4 or 5 broadsides. Can't hit everything, can you? So there's a difference, knowing the what's in and what's out, what's new, what works, what doesn't. Well, visual presence. See a mortar here, it's loaded. Come on by, try it. Even though those ones are out there, this one's a little forward. So this is a bit of my doing right here. These guys want to come out here and spin around and park their boats. Well, this is for those that make it in. They just can't come in and park their boats, not with the actual source of way getting onto the boats faster than swimming. Strategy, ARMA 3, you know how it is, guys. Those roadblocks. So, Crimson Isle. That's the name of this settlement. Red Hand, Whiskey Storm Corps. We've bumped heads. We're a bigger group now. This is me holding it down in Atlas. Here's my sea rake talking you about. This is claimed 3 boats so far. So how does that work? It's underwater, brothers, right at the sea, right at the water line. Any boat lucky enough to get over when the waves are coming up. This is where our wall used to be. It's been repurposed. Walls were supposed to prevent. Not so anymore. In its place, I've modified this to be a sea rake. Got quite a bit of damage already done. Oh, let's go this way. Let's go back this way. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. There we go. Anyways, extends over to their end. There's one opening. There's this opening for our guys that are daring enough, the captains that are daring enough to drive their schooners or brig over. They got to time it just right. But again, this wall has claimed 3 boats. My sea rakes. Yeah, it has even claimed my own boat. But the thing is in the purpose, it was a 1-for-1 exchange. Guy thought he'd get alongside me to broadside me when pretty much he had better cannons, better ship. I was still in the process of trying to one-up one boat. You can't fight a legendary brig with a fine brig, fellas. You know the levels: common, fine, journeyman, masterwork, legendary, mythical. So anyways, that's the grand tour of this right here. I'm going to get back to the base of this tower. You seen this on foot. There's a bed here. So here it is there, fellas. Something back from season 1. We heard the stories. People getting on glider suits within the game, going from server wall to server wall, doing battle by air, on land. Barrel bombs, grenades. Spyglasses, climbing hooks. So yeah, Crimson Isles. There it is, fellas. This is I say Red Hand affectionately because basically, it's trying to find a home, and Red Hand, when our group fell apart, our Star Citizen guys, Whiskey Stormcore guys. I don't want to put such much negativity into it, but bumping the heads was a more common thing, just like with season 1. This happened again with season 2. However, season 2 was was about not just bumping heads, but a lot of misinformation. So people weren't happy. Now I've got one of the guys back from Star Citizen playing with us. Um, he won't be on for a minute because again, from the group he belongs to, he's in Australia. Citizen O'Donnell, PvP guy. I'm gonna give him the chum bucket because I need a good captain for it. Yeah, it's my boat to give. So, fellas, see the mortar tower right below my feet? This is a glide tower. One of the new things that they added to the game in Season 2 were crabs. So, these suckers are up high, but we can use these to jump out onto the walls out here and jump on the boats. Kill captains at the wheel. Kill the people at the sails. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Getting a little foggy out here. I'm going to wait for this fog to dissipate before I decide to sail around the island. Now, right now I'm full of myself, right? I gotta give credit where credit is due. Sonomi, Bandit of the Red Hand. Red Hand member. Red Hand senior officer. Red Hand himself. I know, brother, love you. This is his island, as much as I call it my island. You know, fellas, this is it. Was it all worth making, all worth fighting for? Every bit of it. Even though by some people quit because the game sucks, the game's still viable. People quit Season 1 because of a wipe, didn't come back. People are quitting now, Season 2, because of a wipe that isn't going to happen. They'll be back before Christmas when they realize, oh, really? In 3 months' time, not that the game would be dead, but... Oh, by the way, the names of these boats. Looking down from the right side on the northeast of the harbor, those two boats over there, those are galleons. The Keel Hall U is mine. It's a legendary galleon. Not a mythical, it's a legendary. I use that for hauling stuff back and forth. Did I mention I've lost a boat? I've lost several boats. Thing is Season 1, we could hardly put a boat in the water. Too much bickering, not enough teamwork. Fellas, look at this. Teamwork. I know we talk about it a lot in ARMA 3. I love you guys. You know? But, teamwork. Look at it. You got a fleet. You got a harbor. You got an island. Oh, wait. Time out. Let me correct myself on that. We got islands. This is B12. Home to the Red Hand. Those of us in Season 1. A9. Home to Whiskey Storm Corps. Flawless. Still. You can get offline here. Red Hand. Even though the name of the group currently right now we merged with another group. called Victory over Atlas. VOA. Well, there it is. There's our little flag. We own two sets of island in this grid. We got several discovery points, several beds across the ways. So here's another island. We don't necessarily own it, but no one else necessarily owns it, if you know what I'm saying. N6. Currently in the game, this is an area of contention since kind of stepping it up for the group. Put some beds down. Fobs. We're helping out our allies. Federation. Trojan Trolls. The bad guys. Look at this. Down an island here. CSTG. We've been fighting them for a minute now. Still around from season 1. So I was saying, we own islands. There's the fourth. Third and a fourth. We own these two other islands so we can stay within contention. Now, a lot of our allies own just that many more islands at us, but problem is in key places of key contention where we see PvP both on land and at sea, and for to get us into N6. Crimson Isles, home to Red Hand, now home of VOA. You get into areas like C9, because look who's here. Death and Taxes, our enemy. Death and Taxes, Prestige Worldwide. Prestige Worldwide. So these guys talk about people just wanting to be outside the normal. They didn't want to be with the Chinese. They didn't want to be with the English-speaking players, so they went on their own. Can't say who they really are, but we were fighting them. B12, key position. A12, C9. I know our allies have been asking. They've asked me because again, lack of communication between people can certainly hurt a lot of people. We got boats. We got beds. We got bases. But player bases, some people don't want to talk to each other. People don't want to, get stuff done. What? So, as I speak to you fellas, I speak to you as a member of Red Hand. Yep, Atlas. I speak to you as a member of Victory over Atlas, VOA. The heart of it, though, Whiskey Storm Corps. I'm just one person. I'm one person in the cog, in the mechanism. I'd like for you, some guys, to come back, be part of the cog. I'd like to get back to ARMA 3. I still got file issues, despite loading it, reloading it, loading it onto an SSD. I've still got the same issue, and it's on the Steam side, and I gotta wait for them to fix whatever bug it is. No matter remoting in and having IT technical help from friends and even the work that I've done, still can't get into ARMA. Hate it. I can get in the squad if I load it. And I take the time to do certain things. I want to make sure I don't rush. But well, hey, fellas, I'm gonna finish this little tour with a flyby around the island, man. You know, it's one of those things. Look at this. Game improvements, huh? So there's still an RP content to this game. Look at that. That little hut right below me. I'll point that out. That's a dentist's office. The husband and wife group. A Disney cruiser. She's a dental hygienist. Takes all types, right? She works in a dentist's office. There's a tulip tower. There's a water, fellas. There's my sea rake. I'll take it over this way. I'm not quite finished with my first tulip tower. Again, I'm sitting there saying the first one's done up by someone who is a member who merged with us from another group. Yeah, man, as the player base gets smaller, you get the more active, the more dedicated players. I want to sit there and say, as dedicated as our group player base is with ARMA 3, these people are just as dedicated to this game. Now they have different hours because some of them are Australian. So to my Aussies out there, to my Canadian, my red hand brother, Sano. I got Richard Alienware, the Englishman. I said, giving you guys the flyover grand tour. Hey, Bell, remember this tower? Still here. This was labeled Bell's Tower and still is. K. Bell's Tower. We got mortars up here. Or did. The other mortar tower is still, well, there's a platform right there, but we've pushed out. Not letting them get in. Don't let them get in. Remnants of the old, where the wall used to be. Well, this is my handiwork out here, pushing this stuff out here. Why? Try to suicide your boat into the shipyards now. There ain't no quick way to get in. It may be as much of a hindrance to us but more of a hindrance to them. We know the waters. We know how to get in, get out. My only thing is I didn't get done fast enough. So I lost the boat. Lost 2 boats. But we will fix that. I'm in peacetime, guys. So this is our bear collection agency going right here. Our bears that collect all our hide. Let's get over here with these group of guys. Look at these. Let them go. Everything. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him kill those things. Huh? Look at him. Let me get on to Amir. What you got going there, Amir? See? Start collecting the types of hide and carotenoid, even though they're eating off the meat. There they go. Look at it. Everything that spawns in, dead. Kill a machine. Kill him. Get him. Get him. Get him, boys. You know what? I'm going to extend this by another 10 minutes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you guys a preview of what it's like to be within the core group of extreme players, players that have stuck it out, players that are still around. I know. I couldn't myself that way in ARMA 3. I'd love to. Can't get the game loaded, guys. Seriously. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things. I mean, you guys know how Steam is. I mean, as it is, I'm slowly building back up my library of games that I lost off the OneDrive, but, you know, it's in my Steam library connection, but... Oh. Use the lever. Use it right.